Welcome back to CraigeonCars. This week we're doing a little exploration video. We're going to be uncovering a little bit of history. And then disaster will strike in usual CraigeonCars fashion. But we're gonna put this out anyway, just because it was a interesting place to be. So stick around and find out where we are. So we're on day 2 of helping James out with content and stuff. We're not doing too much with the Land Rover today, but we are doing a bit of exploring. I think we found ourselves at an old farmer's unit and what have you. Just having a look around.
Oh, how wrong we were.
I might have a look at this on here.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, and the old clock. I'm just going to say now that that petrol pump is probably your first hint as to where we are. Like a small, like, air base, doesn't it? Back in the day.
Go around anywhere that gate.
Hmm.
Go around there, there's a big war memorial.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll go around and not today, we'll see if another time or something we'll pop around and I'll show you.
Yeah, can do.
We're out and about.
So I think now is probably a good time to point out that when we go to these places, we don't damage anything to try and get in. If the door isn't open, we don't go in. It's as simple as that. At the end of the day, these places could be someone's property. We don't want to cause any harm or damage to anyone's belongings. Garage. Might get a few cars in that one. Even when you go to the abandoned places, you see old car stuff. What's this? Oh, don't know if you can see that. That's off an old BMW. Beamer bits, anyone? So this must be the other side then, is it?
Yeah.
It's massive, isn't it? I reckon half of this lot I could take home and grow it in my garden. There's tons of food here. Pretty sure there's like apples growing around the corner and what have you. Typical fat northerner. Comes exploring with his pal and all he can think about is food. But then again, what else do we live for? Food and cars, mate. Food and cars. Bloody feathers everywhere. Definitely a workshop this, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Big old girders, eh?
Yeah. Well needed break after 4 days wrestling with a Mini that don't want to live anymore. Huh? Oh yeah.
It's an old soundproof phone booth. You said that at work.
Oh yeah, acoustic booth. Please face this wall when using a telephone. Unfortunately, it was at this point that my GoPro decided it didn't want to do working anymore. Luckily enough, James had got a few sort of like videos and hints of where we actually was, because otherwise it'd have been a complete waste of 3 or 4 hours. So, if you can't already tell, there's definitely signs of this being an RAF base, but almost certainly at some point this has had something to do with cars. All the evidence was there: rolling roads, Ford boxes, burnt chairs. And when we got the drone up, we was hoping that there'd be some remnants of a track, but unfortunately not. I think the track's almost possibly disappeared into what looks like wheat fields. But it was a stunning place to be at. It was so peaceful, it was quiet, and it almost felt like we was learning on the job. Mate, this is why I am the jack of all trades, because I just do it all. I do everything, mate. I mean, I do all of it mega rubbish, but I do all of it. Yeah. Don't matter if it's shit or not. I mean, either way, that's a small moment in life that you won't ever forget. Because no one was expecting Ford badges when we got here, I know that much. And certainly, I mean, Ford Motorsport, I was expecting that even less. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Oh, you've dropped your walkie-talkie.
Oh.
It's down there. But yeah, let's be honest. When we came out, we've left your battery behind. we weren't really coming out to do car stuff either. Like, it just seems to be the way that we've came out doing non-related car stuff. And we found, yeah, and we've just fucking hell. Yeah, I'm just chewing on branches. Oh mate, if I knew I was coming out here, I'd have borrowed Richard Hammond's Dactari bloody trousers, man. Put a pair of boots on. Oh, that's a breeze. That's probably the first breeze we've had for, what, a fortnight?
Yeah.
So, that's like, oh, so that's a compass. Boreham stone circle, look, it's got south, east, north and west. And then it's got a winter solstice and sun solstice. So do you think it's like a new version of Stonehenge? It's essentially like a calendar or something.
Yeah, that's what I get, yeah.
Yeah. The stones are laid so that each year key stones will align with the sunrise and set and moonrise and set at the solstices. The Romans used pudding stone to make querns for grinding corn, and in folklore it was thought to have magical powers and was used as a fertility stone.
Really?
Oh, it's used for warding off witches. It was believed that pudding stone would grow and multiply. During World War II, the site was an airfield used by Royal Air Force and US Army Forces, US AAF and Station AAF 161. A piece of the concrete runway is now one of the standing stones in the circle. After decommissioning in the 1950s, the Nissan huts housed the homeless and the airfield became a motor racing circuit. Then a Ford Motor Company rally and test track. There you go.
Blimey.
That explains all the Ford stuff. I'll give you your due though, James. I thought when it stopped having stuff to do with cars, I thought I was going to find it quite boring. But we've seen some stuff, to be fair, haven't we? I mean, I think we also might be a bit lost, but I'll let you determine that. You're more local than I am.
I think we need to go that way. I would say.
You sure? Cars are that way. I reckon we want to be that way and then left, don't we?
That way.
What way?
That way.
That way. So we want to go that way and then left then, don't we?
Yeah. Maybe we don't go.
No, no.
Just checking. Yeah, let's walk out through there.
Oh look, that's more history, isn't it?
You get your head under there, I think.
I was going to say, that must be Essex's last guillotine. Guillotine. How do you say that?
Guillotine.
Guillotine, I thought it was.
A few people have to put their head under that.
God, we're well cultured, aren't we, James?
Yeah, cultured.
Proper cultured. It's no wonder they thought witches was down here, is there? Tree tunnel like that,
Yeah.
leading to a stone circle. It is properly quiet to say the main road is just there.
Yeah.
Just got home. It's quite a long, sticky drive in the Mini with no aircon, but that's miles for you. Straight away I've got the laptop out just to sort of look further into this place that we've just been to today, and it is basically it says here, a former Royal Air Force station in Essex, England, Boreham Airfield. The airfield is located approximately 4 miles from the northeast of Chelmsford. It opened in 1944. It was used by the United States Army Air Forces. It was used primarily as bomber and troop transport, airfield for paratroopers, and it was closed in late 1945. And that. The bit that I'm interested in, though, is you'll have seen earlier in the video we found a sign at the stone circle saying that it was Ford Motor Company or a Ford Rally Test Centre. With the facility released from military control in 1946, the West Essex Car Club developed the 4.76 kilometre perimeter track for motor racing. Although not on the official Grand Prix calendar, Boreham Circuit hosted competitive races between 1949 and 1952. Among the teams that raced at Boreham were BRM Conant, Fraser Nash, Talbot and Largo. Among drivers who raced here were Mike Hawthorne, Sterling Moss and Ken Wharton. I never knew any of this. We all know who Fraser Nash are and who Sterling Moss is. Names that we all know. And I had no idea. This is just up the road. Anyway, in 1955, the Ford Motor Company bought the airfield to use as a test facility for trucks, as well as the base for their competitions department where they prepared their cars, which probably explains all those yellow moulds. It looked like there was either for transporting the engines in or out, or something along those grounds. In the late 1970s, Boreham Proving Ground was the test site for Ford heavy truck development. The development engineers at nearby Ford Dunton, which I think James mentioned to me while he was there, he said that was probably the nearest place. They worked out various test programs, and the test engineers at Boreham carried out these and reported back the data. One common test was RLD, which is road load data. Aside the main entrance to Boreham was a small unit that was Ford Rally Sport, and I think that may have been why we're seeing all those boxes: Ford Motorsport, Ford Service Parts and Ford Racing. They built Ford rally cars of the late 70s and the early 80s here. So yeah, that's basically the brunt of it. Like I say, I don't know how much of that is gospel, how much of it's true, whether it sounds quite accurate with what we was looking at there. It's all really interesting stuff. It seems that James has had the same idea as well, so he's just sent me some screenshots. And basically it says here, the Boreham Circuit and Ford Motorsport test track was located on former airfield in Boreham, Essex, near Chelmsford. So the historic 2.76 mile circuit permanently closed in 2003. The site has since been mostly redeveloped. It is widely revered as the legendary birthplace of Ford's rally icons. This is where it gets interesting. The legacy of the Boreham track. Boreham was officially established in Ford's Motorsport Dream Factory in 1963. The airfield's runways and perimeter roads were repurposed into a dedicated facility where legendary rally and race cars were built and tested. It was testing the development ground for iconic vehicles such as the Escort RS series, including the twin-cam RS 1600, Mexico and Cosworth, the Cortina, the Sierra RS Cosworth, and the legendary Group B RS 200. The actual racing circuit is no longer used, and parts of the original airfield have been dug up for gravel pits or developed. However, The historic location remains a massive part of British motorsport history. The Boreham name lives on today through Boreham Motorworks under DRVN Automotive, which operates via an official licence to produce authentic, limited-run continuation versions of the Ford RS 200 and the Mark 1 Escort RS. And he's also sent me a picture of the track. Don't know, can you see that? And that's what the track looked like. So, all interesting stuff, and we just happened to stumble on it. So it just goes to show, when the cars are getting you down, when your project's not going how it wants to, get out, go for a drive, go for a breather. You may go out to try and avoid cars and have a bit of a break, but they'll always come back to you. As usual, a massive thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it, click to the left and watch another video, or click to the right and subscribe. Either way, you've been watching Craig on Cars. Take care now, bye bye.